Okay, today we are replacing a 24-inch Downblast exhauster. Okay, safety first. Remember to turn off the power before performing any maintenance and repair on equipment and wear PPE. So here's a new unit I just received in our shop. 460 volt, 3-phase, again 24-inch Downblast exhaust fan. We're replacing a 40-year-old unit on the roof of a 3-story commercial office building. So we do not have access to a lift or a crane or means to mechanically hoist this up onto the roof. So what I'm going to have to do is take this new unit apart in the shop and bring it up through the roof hatch in smaller pieces. Anything too large to go through the roof hatch, I'll have to rope up the side of the building. So when I take something apart, I like to make witness marks with a Sharpie so I know exactly how the parts get bolted back together. Let's take a closer look at this unit. Nice thing is to access the motor, there's just 4 latches that you undo. Again, wired for 460 volt. There's your on and off switch. There's where your power cable comes through. Here's a data plate. 788 RPM, 4000 CFM. Make sure when replacing a rooftop Downblast exhaust fan that you match your specs. So this unit is belt driven, obviously, and it has pedal bearing blocks that require greasing every once in a while. I like that. Comes with the instruction manual. Fairly straightforward. They provide a whip from the manufacturer, but it's a little bit too short to reach the disconnect switch that it comes with. So we'll continue taking the unit apart. And again, I'm just breaking it down into smaller chunks that are manageable for me by myself to hoist up through the roof hatch. Now that we got it taken apart, I'm going to go ahead and hoist up all the parts through the roof hatch. Okay, there's the old unit in question that we are going to be replacing today. Almost 40 years old. The motor's getting tired. Doesn't create enough suction anymore. Bearings are starting to go out. So I'll start by turning off the power to the old unit and disassembling and disconnecting the old unit and removing it from the roof curb. Luckily, we will be able to reuse the existing roof curb.
Woo!
Okay, time to lift it off the roof curb. Do a quick visual inspection in here. I want to clean everything up and apply a bead of silicone sealant all the way around the roof curb where the new unit will sit on top of. Now we can go ahead and start assembling the new unit onto the existing roof curb.
Woo!
So again, I made witness marks with my Sharpie earlier, so everything lines up properly, but I'm still checking my alignment of my shaft and my pulley and my bearings. And we'll go ahead and reinstall the motor shroud and the large skirt. Next, we'll hook up our disconnect switch, get our wiring completed. There's a wiring schematic on the side of the motor that you can reference. And again, the whip they provided is too short. It's a little bit silly. Even going through the hole there on the bottom, it still wouldn't reach. So I'm installing my own whip that's longer. Just a tech tip, if you don't know, with a three-phase motor, if you first turn it on and it's spinning in the wrong direction, you can switch any two of your three hot legs, change any two of their positions. So say your brown wire is your first wire, you can swap it with your yellow and orange wire, for example, their positions, and it'll cause that motor to spin in the opposite direction. Okay, now that we got our wiring done, let's test the unit.
Woo!
Good to go. I hope this information helps you. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.